This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home. Driving home from the MKM Stadium where it finished Hull City 1.
Millwall 0.
Millwall 0.
Seems to be a lot of that lately.
Yeah, what, us losing?
Yeah.
To be fair, at least today we didn't take the lead and then lose it.
Yeah.
We didn't look like, the first half was absolutely atrocious. Thank you very much for watching. Obviously, lighting's not great. It's very dark on the A1. We've decided to start recording when we're on a straightish road on the way back. If you don't mind putting a like on the video, it'd be really appreciated. If you do like it, and put your comments in below. We enjoy reading what everyone's got to say. I'm sure there'll be a few negative comments, not necessarily about the drive home, but certainly about the performance. The key to Championship football is that most games are pretty tight. Most games are, decided on either a bit of magic or a mistake, and today was no exception. To be fair to Hull City, they played really good football in the first half. They were by far the better side. Looked more hungry. They pressed. And obviously our centre backs, all three of them, don't like having that press on them. We had Sarkic in goal, the three centre-backs of Harding, Cooper and Jaffet Tanganga. Right wing-back was Norton Cuffy, who had a bit of a shocker today, to be fair.
Well, you didn't say that for Harding, and that's pretty surprising.
I'll come back to Harding. Left wing-back was Murray Wallace. The two central midfielders of return of George Saville and Casper Denor. Right side to start with was it Fleming?
Yeah, I think so.
Fleming. Left was Watmore, and it was Obafemi up front, who didn't really get in the game, to be fair. Came off, it was subbed at half time.
We were playing long ball though to start the game off, really.
Well,
playing it round the back a little bit.
And then, they're under pressure because of the press.
Yeah, then we just had to boot it out.
And that's what, like I said, you can't afford to make mistakes. It was Tanganga at home against Preston, and it was Harding today. Although Tanganga's put in a bit of a weak challenge, Harding's, headed it straight to the Hull City player. And to be fair to the lad, he has absolutely cracked it on goal. It was
knuckleballing every which way.
It was a fantastic shot. It's hit the bar and fell really kindly to the Hull City player on the edge of the box, who does really well, to be fair. It's not an easy finish, and he's just drilled it into the bottom right hand corner from him, but bottom left hand corner from Sarkic's point of view. Sarkic is
very, very close.
And like I said, we just could not get anything going. Saying that, for all Hull's efforts and how well they played the ball around, they didn't create virtually anything. And in fact, I think they created one shot in the whole match other than that on target. So Sarkic just only had to make one. And you can't even remember. I think it was
can't remember.
You can't remember it. I can't. I'm sure he did make one more save.
He probably did, but I can't remember it at all.
But we could not string three passes together. And we've got knockers. We've got people that say, we need Saville, we need Denor, and to be fair to both of those players, they've played well this season. And Billy Mitchell gets a lot of criticism, but one thing Billy doesn't do is often give the ball away. For all the talk of him playing sideways and backwards, which
at least he keeps the ball.
Yeah, but I think that's a non-entity anyway.
But he keeps the ball,
and he keeps us possession. Whereas far too often Saville or Denor played it back today, but the balls weren't of good quality, and then we ended up playing long and losing the ball when it was coming back. It was wave after wave of possession from Hull, but no actual, like I said, no actual chances were created. We come in at half time. Like I said, Obafemi comes off, run about a bit, and then we pressed better in the second half. We had more energy. Obviously, the thing would have been to stay in the game and then take it from there. And then we took the game to Hull City. We created far more in terms of, I wouldn't say clear-cut chances. Although the best chance of the game. Well, we had two really good chances. One of them was a nice ball through to, was it Fleming? Yeah, Fleming dropped to shoulder, and the keeper's in no man's land, and Fleming tries to lob him, and he's very unlucky, to be fair, that it just lands on the top of the goal, on the roof of the net. You'd want him to take that, and then the second chance we create is literally the end of the game. We're pushing, Cooper's up front, long ball up to Cooper, who nods it down to Bradshaw. Bradshaw runs in towards goal. He goes in at an angle, and then has an excellent chance, a free shot at goal about 8 yards out, and he just drills it. Well, I don't say drills it. Drills would be a bit of an overstatement. He hits it towards goal, and it goes. And the keeper's made an easy save. I do remember there was another chance where Norton Cuffy got to the touchline, and he's cut it back, and Bradshaw's tried the old flick finish.
It was a very, very, very wasted chance.
Yeah,
because if he dummies that, I think there was someone at the back post ready, and if he just hits it normally, drills it at the near post, at least we might get a corner out of it or keep the possession. But he just gives it to him.
Honeyman came on. He done all right. He came on for Savile in the second half.
I thought it was a lot more lively.
We made a raft of changes. Essay's come on. McNamara's come on for like I said, Norton Cuffy. Definitely wasn't Norton Cuffy's best game today, but Harding again I think gave the ball away in the second half, and that's you just can't afford to make individual errors in the Championship, because you're going to get punished by good sides. When you look at the amount of money that Hull have spent on wages with Carvalho, they've got quality in the side, and you can't afford to just gift them goals. And you want to go to a game like this and your players keep it tight, see how we stay in the game. After 5 minutes you're 1-0 down. It knocks the stuffing out of everything that you're going to do, and makes the game a lot more difficult. Who's your man of the match today?
I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we really had anyone that stood out.
Maybe Honeyman after he come on, maybe Bradshaw, but Bradshaw missed the chance late on.
Misses his chances. He's a striker, he's got to take his chances. I agree. I don't think we really had anyone that stood out today. We had a team full of 5 or 6 out of 10s, and that's not good enough to get points from the game. Like I said, Hull had pretty patterns of play, but without creating anything. Maybe they could say that they didn't need to get out of first gear, and that's why they didn't create anything. But we created probably the better chances in the game after the goal, and that would be a little bit surprising, I suppose. But ultimately, we were walking away. We're driving down the A1 with no points, and that's it. So we're on a bad run of form again. And like I said, I truly believe this is a relegation battle we're in. There are bad teams in this Championship, but we are also one of them. So we need to make sure that we pick up some points. We've got some incredibly difficult games coming up. Coventry City away next Sunday, then Ipswich at home, Southampton away. It's going to be a battle. We're not going to get many points out of these games, and we need to, see. Obviously, Mayer coming in is potentially a good signing. Obafemi's not really shown anything, but we've not really created anything for him. So it'll be interesting to see what we do in the game against Coventry City, a team we have a shocking record at. I know we won when Lovelace was 15, and we won 1-0 up there, but home and away we struggle against Coventry with the way that they play football. Will Joe Edwards' side be able to play a bit of better football than Rowett did against them? Edwards is going to come under a little bit of pressure. Results are important. We like the team playing better football, but if you don't win and you don't play good football like the first half, questions are going to be asked. But obviously you stick your comments in below. Zac, have you got anything else to add?
We need to pick up form. We need to get better, because if we don't, there's massive possibilities that we'll get relegated this season. Yeah, there is. Like I said, there's some teams at the bottom that we've seen that are really poor, but then QPR are one of them, and they beat us recently. So we've got to be very careful that we don't get dragged down into that bottom three, because this team, the one thing that concerns me about him is when things don't go their way and we make mistakes, their heads drop, and if you get into a pressure cooker situation of a relegation battle,
You know, I've seen many Millwall teams that many of you out there have, that we can easily go on a run of games where we don't win in 15 to 20 games, and we find ourselves back in League One and looking at Charlton away again. So let's we've
Not
got
even
to start,
Charlton away, worse.
We've got to start picking up points. But we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again.
Ipswich.
The Ipswich home game. We can't go Coventry because we have our boys' football normally on the Sunday, so no tickets booked for that. But thank you very much for watching the Mill Drive Home. There is only one way we can end it. We appreciate your support. No one likes us.
We don't care.